I just wanted to make one comment at the beginning of this meeting, just so folks understand where we are and how we got here a little bit. First and foremost, according to the North Carolina general statutes, a quorum is the minimum number of members required to be present at a meeting to make that meeting legally valid. So we need a quorum. Well, what is a quorum? As defined by the North Carolina general statutes, a quorum is a majority of the voting members plus the mayor. As you can see, a majority of the voting members are not present in spite of the presence of the mayor. So how did this come about? Anyway, on August 1st, I left for vacation and caught wind of the fact that the representatives of the Olivia Project were requesting a deferment. And I was curious as to why they would suddenly want to defer. I said, there's no point in deferring. It's on the schedule for the 12th, and let's leave it on the 12th. Well, the agenda for the 12th was published last Thursday. On that same day, I was informed that one of the commissioners would not be available to attend. It was interesting, so we thought, okay, that's a funny coincidence. Why is it that a project would be deferred and then one of the commissioners wouldn't be able to attend? That seems an odd mix. Well, it became clear a couple days later when on Monday another commissioner dropped out, and then finally this morning the third and final commissioner dropped out as well. Why is this? It's a strange connection in that a commissioner would drop out as soon as the agenda was made clear that something that was requested to be removed from the agenda wasn't actually removed. So it was a strange series of coincidences. One could use the word collusion, but it just might be a funny coincidence. I know in 2 weeks there's likely to be some statements made by some folks on the board about not knowing how they're going to vote, and they hadn't decided yet on how to vote. But I think the majority of us in this room can guess with a high level of precision how they would vote and how they were intending on voting, and how one absence lost them the majority, so they would all be absent. I think that was perfectly clear, and it was made clear by the fact that the project requested a deferment at around the same time we knew one of the commissioners wouldn't be present. So the connection between those two events was very suspicious, and the subsequent events with the other two commissioners dropping out kind of confirmed some of those suspicions. So I'm going to get a lot of heat from the other three, and they will make comments in a couple of weeks, but actions speak louder than words, and we have tonight's actions and the actions of the last 5 days to sort of prove where things are at.